A very warm welcome to all of you. आप सभी का बहुत बहुत स्वागत है गुरुशाला स्पॉटलाइट सेशन में, जहां पे हम बात करेंगे टीचिंग स्टूडेंट्स द इम्पोर्टेंस ऑफ इक्वालिटी इन एजुकेशन. My name is Akriti and I'm your host for this session. Before we go ahead in this session, आगे बढ़ने से पहले हम गुरुशाला के बारे में जानते हैं. Gurushala is an initiative of Indus Towers Limited, Vodafone Idea Foundation, and it is being implemented by Pratham Education Foundation. Teachers, before we go ahead, I would like to also request all the teachers who have joined us today as an audience. अगर आपके पास कोई questions होते हैं, if you have any questions, if you want to ask any answer, give answer to some question, or you want to share some idea with us or experience of your classroom, comment in the comment box in English or Hindi or whatever language you are comfortable with us. And there is also a certificate of participation. So at the end of today's session, we will be sharing an attendance form with you, so which you have to fill with the correct details so that you can receive your certificate of participation on your email within 7 to 10 working days. And now, before we go ahead and talk about equality in education, I would like to introduce you to our panelists. I would like to introduce Mr. KVVN Murli sir. A very warm welcome, sir.
Thank you, ma'am. I am KVVN Murali, SGT, MPUP School, Savarvelli, Bhogapuram Mandal, Vijayanagar district.
Thank you
Thank
so
you.
much, sir, and a very warm welcome to you on the panel. I would now
Thank you.
like to introduce Aruna ma'am. She is the principal of APMS School. So, ma'am, would you like to please introduce yourself to our audience?
Good morning, Ananda. This is DVS Sarma, Principal AP Model School, Gardhan, Merkamudidam Mandal, Vijayanagaram District.
Thank you so much, ma'am, and a very warm welcome once again.
Thank you.
Now, I would like to introduce C. Parvati, ma'am. She is our last panelist of the day. So, ma'am, a very warm welcome, and could you please introduce yourself?
Okay, good morning to all of you. I am C. Parvati, Principal, AP Model School, Bhogapuram. Yesterday, we were told about this Gurushala by our AMO sir, Pandu sir, and he was telling us that we would have to participate in a discussion on equality in education and is an equity also. Whether equality and equity both mean the same or whatever it is, they share, and you people shared the PPT also. You shared us the questions. So it's a very interesting topic for me and also for my colleagues. Because until and unless you asked us this question, truly speaking, we did not get into the details of equality and equity, because we have always been discussing about equality only. Till now, we never talked about the other important aspect of education, that is equity. And because of you people, I read a little about equity and equality. And when I went through the definition and the problems we people are facing, really, I feel that the government also should be made aware of this equity. And the students are suffering, and there are a lot of students who will be termed as slow learners just because of this equity. So, introducing myself, like we are
You have
principals, we are the stakeholder, one of the important stakeholders, because we are the bridge between the government and the teachers and the students and the community. So, we face the problems at the field level. We know what actually are the problems in the classroom because we get into the details at the field level. So we can better understand the problems and we can better convey also. If the higher authorities are interested to listen to the problems, we can easily relate to them. At least through this program, I think we can get a better opportunity to express our field level problems, and also we get a solution maybe through this program.
definitely.
Thank you.
So, like C.
Thank you for
Parvati, ma'am.
giving us this opportunity.
Yes. Thank you so much for joining us today, teachers. And I'm hoping for a good discussion here. I can already see all of you sharing your insights with us. Thank you, C. Parvati ma'am, for a lovely introduction. So, yes, teachers, today we will be talking about equality and equity in education and how we can introduce this to our students in the classroom. Like ma'am said, so we are all aware about the term equality and equity, but what it is actually. And as an educator, we have to way forward in and bridge the gap between all the problems that others are facing, especially the students who are coming from a marginal section of the society. So before we go ahead, let's just ask our audience who have joined us. Can you tell us what is equality? And now, moving forward, the teachers who have joined us in the panel, I would like to ask you, what is equality? If KVVN Murli sir, would you like to go ahead and tell us what is equality according to you?
Yes, ma'am. Equality means providing equal opportunities and to everyone. The resources also be to be provided equally. We are providing equal resources, but the when we teach lessons, we provide all the students equally. But equity will be missing because every student is different from one another. So if in the aspect of equality we are providing, so all the resources will be same to everyone if it is taken in the class.
Yes.
But the equity comes, equality is providing, we are providing equality, but it is equity is missing because every student is different and has very unique in sense. Their backgrounds are different and their family backgrounds and races, religion, and others are different, and they come from very different remote places and rural backgrounds and urban backgrounds. So they have their own intellectuality. So equality is we are providing and missing equality. Thank
Yes,
you, ma'am.
so equality is, getting more good opportunities or opportunities to each, individual present in the classroom. So, in terms of education, if I speak, so can you tell me what is? Thank you, KVVN Murli sir. So, if
Thank you,
Aruna
ma'am.
ma'am, would you like to tell me, in terms of education, what is equality? Or if you want to share some of the experience of your students and talk about
Okay.
equality in education or in your classroom per se.
Okay. So it is a principle of treating everyone that's providing the same exact opportunities and resources to all. For example, a teacher in a class, he or she provides the lesson or delivers the lesson at a stretch with the stress and intonation to all the students. Okay, average group of students. But the fast student or the good excellent student, they will be able to grasp everything once that subject is taught to the individual. Okay. So, but the weaker ones, that is the slow learners, they might not be able to grasp the subject of the topic immediately. So
Very true.
the
Very true.
teacher, yeah, so the teacher must concentrate or give some good wide range of examples or work in hands for the slow learning students so that there will be an equal output from all the students in the class as per the best. Okay. So the circumstances and the historical disadvantages the students may be facing in the class, but the teacher must concentrate on all the students. So the good clever students and also on the slow learning students simultaneously. Basing on the teaching learning methods must be improvised. Okay.
Yes. Yes, very, very correct, ma'am. And one thing I would like to point out, you mentioned slow learners. It's so important to acknowledge that there are some of the students who grasp things quick. They are early learners, and some of the
Yeah.
students who are, we tend to speak about them in
Yeah.
a weaker manner. But
Weaker
like,
manner. Yeah.
yes, but here you pointed out the correct term, I would say, which is slow learners. Yes, every student is different in their
They are
learning
unique.
unique,
They are unique.
correct.
Each and every student is unique.
Yes, and we need to address that. And it is as
Address
much
it. Yes.
important in speaking of equality, like we're talking right now. Every student is unique, and every student deserves to be treated equally. That is why I
Yes.
think it's very important to bring equality in
Responsible.
education.
Yeah.
So it was really nice to know your opinion, Anna ma'am. And now let's move to see Parvati ma'am. Ma'am, if you could tell me your opinion about equality in education and why it is important.
Yes, ma'am, there is equality in education. Like you give same textbook to all the students regarding biology, suppose social, take any subject, the students get same textbook all over the state. Now it is CBSE all over the country. Okay, ma'am. So same textbook, same question paper, same time of examination. It is 2.5 hours for everybody in the class. Now, coming to the teachers, section A will get a different teacher, section B will get a different teacher. Now, here teachers are different. So, some teachers can explain very well, some teachers cannot. So, here there is no equality. But we are giving trained teachers, qualified teachers to all the students. There is equality in this. And then coming to the examination paper, it is same for all the students. So we are maintaining equality. We are correcting with the same principles of valuation for all the students. So there is equality in this. And we are measuring the students on some yardsticks. So there is equality in this. So equality, we are not collecting any fees or collecting the same amount of fees to a section of the students. So equality in some terms only is maintained in the schools or in education. And everywhere, like giving same homework to all the students, there is equality. The teacher is giving same homework to all the students, irrespective of the abilities of the students or the needs of the students. At least keeping in view the needs of the students, sometimes the teachers change homework, but mostly these are some of the areas where we see equality, like following same textbooks or
Yeah.
giving the same question paper or giving the same time to write the exam or correcting the paper based on certain principles of valuation and then measuring the students' achievements in this examination. These are some of the areas where we see equality. That is, we are providing equal opportunities to the students to get their education. Now, in the same aspect, we are creating a disturbance also to the students because we are giving the, of course, when we get into equity, we can discuss all these things. Presently, I feel that these are some of the areas where we are maintaining equality. That is, we are providing equal opportunities to the students, irrespective of their caste, irrespective of their creed, irrespective of their mother tongue, irrespective of their social, economic, financial status, irrespective of their mental abilities, irrespective of anything, individually, whatever is considered. So we are providing equal opportunities. At least we are trying to provide equal opportunities. This for this past 50 years, we can see that
Okay. So what actually happens, we, like ma'am mentioned out a lot of necessary things. She said that she also mentioned one thing, need. So we are providing equal opportunities to students according to their needs. So now it really brings back me to my next question. So we did address this question, what is equality? You all pointed out good things. Ma'am pointed out how it is important, to equally provide things to students, and right to each education is also one of the equalities that I think every student deserves. So now, as we were talking about the needs and how a student needs to, irrespective of the caste or race or any other thing, or the social emotional or background or social background of the student. Now let's talk about our next question, which is difference between equality and equity. And before I go ahead and ask my teachers about that, I would like to also ask my audience who has joined us to share their information, their opinion with us about this. And definitely I'm hoping that you all can see the picture on the screen, and from this also if you can make out something. So we can see there are two pictures, and they are moreover similar to each other, but one is about equality and another is about equity. So I would like to ask my audience and let us know the difference between these pictures and how they are different in the comments, and do let us know who have joined us. And now let's move ahead, teachers, with the equality and equity difference. I would request KVV and Murli sir to let me know, according to you, sir, what is the difference between equality and equity?
Equality means the resources and opportunities will be provided as same. But when coming to equity, the individual differences are considered, and they will be uplifted. The students are other uplifted with their disabilities and consider their disabilities and uplift provided at the level what they want to what they are going to learn. They will be considered how they learn and what to learn and how can they achieve the equality level, and they will be provided with their level opportunities and uplifted to the equality level. Thank you, ma'am.
Yes, thank you, sir, and very clearly put there. According to their needs, they are given opportunities. So here we have a teacher. She's saying equity is giving everyone the same platform, to everyone as per the level of requirements. Like sir also mentioned, Murli sir also told us that equity is about giving the same platform according to the individual need, and we are providing them opportunities according to the background that they are coming from. And I would now like to ask Aruna ma'am. Aruna ma'am, can you tell me, according to you, how equity is a little bit different from equality, and why it is important to talk about it in the classroom? Aruna ma'am, can you hear me? Okay, so see Parvati ma'am, if you could tell me why and what is the difference between equality and equity, and why it is important to talk about it. If you could tell me with our students specifically.
Yes. Ma'am, you showed me a picture, ma'am. Just play it again, ma'am. Play it again, please.
Is this a picture, ma'am?
Yes. Now, regarding equality, look at the second one. Look at the second one. The tall boy, the tall person is not given any support. He is directly able to see the ground because he is tall. Now, coming to the third boy, he is a very short person and he needs not just one stool or one block, he needs two such things so that he will stand on par with the tall persons and he can see the ground. So, here regarding equality, you are not providing any stool for the tall person, but you are providing two stools for the short boy. That means, are you not giving equality? Are you not following equality? Like, are you not giving the same opportunity or equal opportunities to all the three there? So, you are not giving equality here because the tall person, anyhow, doesn't need any support. He can directly stand and see the ground. Whereas the short boy, you can take away the stool from the tall man and you can give it to the short boy because he needs two such stools. Only then he can stand and he can see the ground properly. So, according to the picture, you will understand that there is no need to follow equality everywhere, but there is a need to follow equity everywhere. because only then all the individuals in the second picture are able to enjoy the show there. In the first picture, though you provided equal opportunities to all the three, the third one is missing the show. So there is no point in providing equality when there is no development or when there is no outcome in the individuals. Our expected outcomes are not there in the individuals by providing equal opportunities. So in the picture one, there is equality. That is, you are providing equal opportunity to all the three students or all the three people there. They are able to see the ground. In the second picture, you have not followed equality, but you followed equity based on the height. You understood that the third person is very, very short. He is the shortest and he needs additional support. So, in giving him the additional support, you did not even mind to take away the stool from the first boy because he can stand on his own and he can still see the ground. So you are taking away the stool from the first boy and you are providing to the third boy. Thereby, you are making all the three individuals enjoy the show. That is the outcome of the education. Finally, all the students coming out of the school must be fully equipped to face all the challenges in the society. So there you have not followed equality in the second picture, but you followed equity. You saw that the students who are coming out of the classroom are better equipped, are well equipped in all the ways. All of them are getting the same. All of them are showing the same outcome. At least they are able to get what we want, so that they will stand or they can face the competitions of the society. In the second
Very
picture,
well.
there is no equality. There is no equality in the second picture. But you got what you want. That is the product. That is the outcome. You got the outcome.
Outcome is, yes, the outcome is same for all, and that is where we need
Yes.
to provide equal opportunities according to their individual backgrounds, like ma'am explained, very well explained, ma'am, thank you so much. And now I would like to ask Aruna ma'am to share her inputs to this. Aruna ma'am, would you like to add something to equality and equity? What is the difference between it?
Good afternoon, ma'am. There is a problem in audibility here. The
Okay,
voice.
okay, okay.
So, so one must, what best I can say regarding this is one must be fair and impartial. Okay, according to based on the his or her needs. We need to provide sufficient good opportunities to the individual.
Indeed, yes, definitely. As an educator, we need to keep in mind and also see. Yes, ma'am, you were saying.
So not at all audible, ma'am, here.
All right, all right. I'll ask my team to get in touch with you. It's okay. It's okay. Um, so, like ma'am also mentioned that we need to provide equal opportunities and according to the individual needs. And the outcome, like ma'am mentioned, should be equal for all. That they're getting education in a good way. There might be students who can afford coming to school or getting able to get access to the books, but there will be some students who are not. There will be some students who have access to smartphones, and some of them will never have the access, will not never, but will not, for some brief time they might not have the access to the mobile phone or the technology as easily as other students. So but we, as an educator, we need to step in there, bridge that gap in whatever way possible. If we are unable to provide any technology access or any educational resource, we need to find a way where how we can get in and provide access or educational resources to that particular student. That would be equity. Equality would be teaching this context to students, teaching concept to students. But how you can provide equal goods or opportunities to students would be equity. So yes, very well explained by the teachers itself, and I would request audience to let us know their experiences. Let us know my panelists who have joined us, each other teachers. What is your thought on equity, and how, as a teacher, you do it or bridge the gap in the classroom? If you want to share some of your experiences, let us know in the comment section. And now let's talk about one of the most important thing, I guess. We hardly talk about gender, and gender is, social reconstruction of our sexes. It's as simply put as it is. But what is gender equality in education? We are aware about gender issues, but when it comes to education and when we talk about equality, we need to speak about the gender part as well. And now I'm going to ask my teachers who have joined us. So, Murli sir, if you would like to tell me, why is it so important to talk about gender equality in education?
In education, everyone is equal. So, as common as genders. So, women or men, boys or girls should be given equal opportunities. Both are same, and they should give opportunities and resources and freedoms as well. Societies that value women and men as equal are safer and healthier. Gender equality means the women and girls, boys and enjoy the same rights and resources, opportunities, and protection equally. In classrooms, both are taught equally, but we discriminate girls and boys, and boys will be given more opportunities as we think girls are weaker than boys, but they should be given equal opportunities. Thank you.
Definitely, and it is so important. And before I step in and give my view, I would like to introduce C. Parvati ma'am and tell us why gender equality is in education is important. And can you tell me some of the experiences that you have seen around you?
Ma'am, gender equality is very much important in education. That is, you have to give equal opportunities to both boys and girls in pursuing whatever goals they have in education. To this extent, all of us agree, ma'am. No doubt about it. But are we really giving this equality there? If the question comes, though we are giving equal opportunities to girls and boys, ma'am, uh, the opportunities are not going to the students basing on the gender. Like there are some NITs, there are some IITs which are located almost all over the country. And coming to gender equality, ma'am, still even now we have this feeling in our minds that if the girl child gets a seat somewhere in NIT Kurukshetra, the parent from a remote village like Bhogapuram, Vijayanagaram district, Andhra Pradesh state will definitely hesitate to send her baby, I mean her girl child, though she gets a seat in NIT Kurukshetra or NIT Kashmir or IIT Kashmir or something like that. So suppose the same is the case with the boy, without any hesitation, the parent will send the boy child no matter wherever the boy child gets a seat. So the government has given equal opportunities. Like if you get a good rank, you can get seat wherever you want basing on the rank. So here the girls are losing certain opportunities because the government has provided equal opportunities. The girls are getting seats on par with boys, but the question is whether all the girls are able to really join that and utilize the opportunity or not. So coming to the question of equality, equality is needed and equality is there. The government is providing equal opportunities, no doubt about it. But then again comes the question of equity. So of course we are not discussing equity right now, but The government has to consider this point also, and maybe in the near future, that particular like in the southern parts of the country, they must be given, the girls must be given certain seats to the southern parts of the girls, and in the same way, northern girls have to be given better opportunities in the northern regions of the northern colleges, something like that. If they try to think over, then the question of equity also will be satisfied. Otherwise, coming to opportunities, equal opportunities are provided, but the students are not able to grab all the opportunities basing on the gender bias. It is still there. And in the same way, ma'am, excuse me, little more thing I want to talk about. Coming to the family backgrounds. Suppose there is a boy child, there are two children for a family, one girl and one boy. If the boy is a slow learner, even though the boy is a slow learner, the parent will continue the education of the boy till BTech or till graduation or till post graduation, at least till graduation. Suppose the girl is a slow learner, then parents of remote areas will tend to get her married because she is not able to do very well in education. So opportunities are there. The girl can study up to degree or PG, but again, the parental background or the awareness, lack of awareness among the parents are again stopping the girls just because of this lack of equity. Why the girl became a slow learner, ma'am? There is no equity, na? There is no equity followed. According to her capabilities, the syllabus is not framed. At least the question paper is not changed as per the abilities of the child. So the child has to write the same paper, same question paper, has to study the same syllabus, though it is a bit difficult for her. So she remained a slow learner. Because she remained a slow learner, the parent is judging her capabilities and stopping her from going to higher studies and getting her married. This is what we see in the remote areas. So now what do we say, ma'am? There are equal opportunities or no? So on paper, there are equal opportunities. On paper, we have everything intact and very correct. But coming to the ground reality, everything has many ifs and buts and pros and cons, and so many come into this discussion now. Because we are in the remote areas now, we are the principals working in that sir, Murali sir is Savarvilli, it is near Bhogapuram only. Our
Okay, so ma'am has really, see Parvati ma'am, I think
girl children from getting educated.
Okay.
I continued, ma'am. Did you hear what I said?
Yes, a little towards the end, we were not able to hear, but yes, most
So
of it,
anyhow,
and I'm really glad that you are sharing all this here on this platform because we need to have a discussion on this. It is mentioned on the paper, but are we really practicing it, or are we really considering the fact that girl child especially is not given that equal opportunity that she deserves. So we need to be
because
more
of lack of
vigilant.
equity, because of
Yes,
lack of equity,
yes,
we are maintaining the same syllabus for all the 50 students of the class. Everybody very well knows that it is a heterogeneous group. The classroom is a heterogeneous group of students. The students have different abilities, different grasping powers, different expression abilities. In spite of knowing this better truth, why are we giving the same syllabus? At least in terms of explaining, ma'am, in terms of giving concept, let them give equal concept to all of them. But while testing them, when we are testing them, at least you have to give different question papers or question papers of different levels so that everybody will answer a little in the question paper. At least out of 10 questions, every student in the class will be able to answer 3 questions at least.
really set a verdict to a general level, you are saying, which is very true. We don't set paper papers on different capabilities. We have set a standard ourselves and we design the paper accordingly. Very well kept, ma'am. Very well said about the fact about the gender equity and how girl child on paper and in the harsh reality is that they are really not given the equal opportunity. Equity is never not there in the society in itself. It is not. Then how can we expect it to be there in the education? Or in school or in the classrooms. And I think the first step is to talk about it, to get that awareness which we're doing today in the platform. And I'm hoping those who have joined us, teachers who have joined us as a panelist, teachers who have joined us from different states are hearing this and will think about it today, that it is so important to think about gender equity and gender equality in education, and so important that every girl child or a child has access to the things that she deserves, and things are given according to her individual background.
Can I speak?
Yes, yes, please.
It is not the teachers or the principals that have to attend this seminar, ma'am, the higher level people, because they will give us the guidelines and we have to follow that. So let them also understand that these are certain aspects we have to consider while imparting education to all the students. If they don't pressure the teachers in completing the syllabus, or if they don't pressure us to follow the same question paper, at least if they give us, they need not allow us to frame our own question paper. Let them give different levels of question papers so that the students will choose. In online platforms, we get such things, ma'am, basing on the grade, basing on the level of the students, the question papers can be chosen. So at least then the students will not be termed as slow learners, and then they can grab all the opportunities.
Yes, and one more thing that I would like to add is education is a basic right, and no one should stop anyone from getting that. So, when we talk about gender equality in education, it is also important. The first step is to give that education to the student, to the girl child, or any other gender that is not getting that. And that is how it is also going to impact our country and help in contribute to our income and increasing the opportunities for the student or the gender per se. And it is also going to make them more confident, like you mentioned that often girls are not sent across to a certain boundary. They're not there. Parent as a parent, you hesitate to send your girl outside the state, or थोड़ा सा दूर भेजने में भी उनको दिक्कत होता है because they're scared for the safety of the girl child. And this is one of the important factor, societal factor, that comes in when we talk about gender equality, and in special education also. And why stop them from getting education when they think, when you can get a better education? But often this happens, and I'm like, this is something an open question, but this happens due to social constructions or restrictions that we have. But yes, if we give proper education and access to education, the girl child, here I'm going to talk about, will get more confidence and will get more, will be more strong than ever, I would say, and will get more freedom to be and reach, more places, to go more places. And learning is something that we should never stop, irrespective of the gender. So I think we can move on to our next question. We spoke about gender equity and equality. Do let us know in audience in our comment section what are your views about it. And now let's talk about, how does education promote equality in education? According to you, how education is helping in equality? We did speak about a little bit, but can you tell me how it is really impacting? We have national education policy, national education policy 2020, and how it is all helping in promoting equality. Murli sir, would you like to add on?
Equity, education promote equity in education become because the if education all are educated, then the thinking of the persons will be different. If education, the educated people thinks in another way, and the other people, those are illiterate or low literate, they think another way. When coming to the point, the educated people thinks positively and take everything in positive manner and give opportunities to girl child or boy child and everything. That is
Yes. Yes, correct. So a lot of times we are not aware about half of the situations. So when we are educated or are giving education to a similar set of group or different set of people or any one person, it helps us. Hello. Okay. So the thing is, whenever we are getting education, or we are able to provide education to everyone around us, it helps us in bringing more conversation. We are aware, and that is why we are able to have a conversation about equality. And education is the first step towards that. It is helping us talk about equality and other equity or gender equality, and that is why I think it is important to talk about it also, that how it is going to bridge that gap. So see, Parvati ma'am, if you could tell us how education promotes equality.
We have discussed earlier now, ma'am. Education provides equality in giving the same textbooks, giving same question paper, providing same platform. These are all certain aspects where education is promoting equality. That means both boys and girls, irrespective of their creed, caste, religion, sex, family background, they are getting education. But here again, ma'am, education in schools, if they go to an outside area like a school or college, there again there will be a change in their thought process. So they have to get education in a school or in a college. That means not in a house. Sitting individually, reading online courses, joining online courses, studying online lessons, these all does not give a good impact, man. They have to come out of their houses. They have to go to a common place like a school or a college. Then there will be equality in education. That is called education is promoting equality, because there all the people join, they will get a chance to meet people from various castes, people from various creeds, people from various backgrounds, people with different intelligence levels. These all will meet now. There they will get an opportunity to learn in the peer group. So education promotes equality in this way, ma'am. If they are allowed to go to a school or college, there education plays a vital role in promoting equality in education.
Yes, they
Again, if
meet
the
like-minded
house,
people.
again, if the child sits in the house and studies online courses, there he does not get so much of a change in his thought process because he is alone. Until and unless man is a social being, so until and unless he gets into the society and he starts meeting people, there won't be much change in the thought process. So to get this only, students have to join a school or a college and get education. And if they get education by joining a school or a college, there they will get equal opportunities in getting that education. So there will be equality in education. In this way, education helps to promote equality in education, because they will provide same textbooks, they will provide same opportunities, same concepts, same lessons, still better opportunities like they can refer to the library books, they have access to library, they can contact better teachers, mentor teachers. If not their teachers, they can also have mentor teachers. In this way, they can try to overcome their difficulties in understanding. So, education promotes equality in this way.
Very true, very true. It is important to go out and sit with like-minded people or even different people and have an open discussion with people around us. So now let's move to our next question and the last question of the day. What are some of the ways to teach equality and diversity to students in the classroom? We did speak about, what is equality, and we talk about, some gender equality terms, and these are all very theoretical things, and this is like a discussion. But the teachers who are viewing us, or the teachers as a teacher, we need to talk about what are some of the ways so that we know how you can implement, or teach equality and diversity, and also acknowledge the diverse culture or backgrounds of students in the classroom. As a teacher, how are you going to do it? So I would request Murli sir to first tell us what are some of the ways you will teach equality to students.
Okay, ma'am. Make all students participate in all activities. Every student given opportunities to speak and do every activity or concept. Conduct festivals in schools and melas, exhibitions, and food festivals uh, to show that all the customs and everything, and making groups including boys and girls to do activities so that the gender equality will be followed. And we can arrange seating arrangements so that boys and girls can sit together and do all the activities and understand between them. They can understand well. Thank you, ma'am.
Great. Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. And now I would like to request Aruna ma'am. Aruna ma'am, if you would like to turn on your mic and camera and tell us what are some of the ways to teach equality and diversity to students.
Ma'am, am I audible?
Yes, ma'am, you're audible.
Okay. So all this time, what we have been discussing just now, just I was not audible regarding. So the questions I could get you, that is equality and diversity for the in education. In education, in a classroom, when we take into consideration, we have different gender, that is a boy child and a girl child. Based on different religion, students will be there, and disabled students are also we come across in a class. So based on this classroom attitudes, we have to come across different attitudes of the students. That is the negative attitudes and positive attitudes. We have to face the challenges in the class actually. Next is where the most thing we come across is the bullying of the students. That is, students those who are a bit weak in nature or those who cannot come across, we come across, that is the bullying of the individual we come across. So we need to come overcome all these challenges. Okay. Next is a diversified mode of education. When we come across the students of weaker section, they may not be able to learn. So the lesson plans we need to design so that the high level students and the low level students, both the students, they can come across these lessons. Next, the learners, students, those who are disabled must be adopted by the teachers so that they can come across all these activities simultaneously.
Very well
Okay.
said. Adapted and adopted. Very, very nicely put there, ma'am. Now I will say, see Parvati, ma'am, would you like to tell us some of the ways that you are going to teach equality and diversity in students?
Assigning tasks to all the students of the class, some kind of task to every student, either as a class leader or as a book leader. He has to collect all the classworks, get it to the teacher for signature, collect all the homeworks, take them to the teacher for signature. Or the board leaders, they have to arrange the green boards in the classroom by writing the date, day, number of students present, absent, and maintenance of the classroom. Or assembly tasks, they can either prepare charts on the board for notice board. So some kind of task for every student, so that the student feels that he is also a part of the classroom and he is also noticed by the teacher. The teacher is not forgetting him just because he is a slow learner, or the teacher is not keeping him aside just because of his learning abilities. So in this way, the teacher can make every student feel a part of the class. And in the same way, uh, like sir told, na, by engaging them in different activities like melas, exhibitions, projects, or something like that. So in this way, we can make students feel that everybody is a part and parcel of the classroom activity. So there is nothing like if the student is a slow learner, the teacher will forget about him. She does not even recognize him as an individual of the class. So nothing like that. Whether the student performs well in the class exam or does not perform well in the exam, it doesn't matter. He is still a student of the class and he is still the student of the teacher. So the teacher provides some kind of learning activity by involving him in some kind of classroom activity or out ground activity or community activity, and thereby uh, tries to take out other latent talents of the students. In doing so, the teacher is getting two benefits, ma'am. One thing is the student feels that he is important to the teacher. The second thing is the teacher gets to know the other talents of the student. The student is a slow learner in writing examinations well, but he may do some projects very well. He might be a very good orator. He can prepare beautiful charts. He's a very good, he can paint very well. He can draw very well. So there are some other abilities in the students which the teachers get a chance to recognize only through such activities. So in promoting all these things, the teacher is providing equal opportunities among the diversified groups of the class, and at the same time, the teacher is getting to know the hidden talents of the students.
Yes, thank you so much, ma'am, for sharing some of the ways that you're going to teach equality and equity and diversity to students in the classroom. And thank you, all the teachers who have joined us. This was the last question, and I would also request audience to let us know what are some of the ways that they're going to teach equality in the classroom. And thank you so much, Aruna ma'am, Burli sir, and C. Parvati ma'am, for joining us today in the panel and sharing your inputs with us on teaching equality to in education to students.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you. Actually, we all,
Okay, so before we
thank you, thank you, thank
yes,
you.
ma'am. Before we conclude the session and today's session, we had a lovely discussion on equality in education. We got so many insights from the teachers who have joined us. And I would like to remind all of you that you will attendance form has been shared with you in the comment section. A certificate of participation you'll receive over the email. All you have to do is fill the correct details in the attendance form, and you'll receive the certificate of participation. And also, like I mentioned, attendance form link has been shared with you. So you have to sign up on Gurushala and stay tuned for online training, spotlight session like this one, Samvad session, a competition that we hold for teacher and students, skill up session and talk about sessions. So I request you all to sign up on Gurushala if you have not, and download the Gurushala application. You can download it from the comment section. You can take the link from there, or you can directly go to Google Play Store and type Gurushala. And thank you once again for joining us. If you have any issues, please feel free to contact us on WhatsApp or email us at info@gurushala.co. Thank you so much, everyone. Thank you, Murli sir. Thank you, Arna ma'am and C. Parvati ma'am, for joining us. We had a lovely time. I especially enjoyed it. If you would like to add something before we conclude this session, ma'am, you're on mute.
I would like to know why actually have you held this session? Like, what
So,
is the
ma'am,
reason?
we always Gurushala holds a lot of online engagements, and this is one of the ways that we are, keep engaging our teachers in online discussion debates, because we understand it is so important to have discussion around these topics, and these topics are often left out, and because they're not included in our curriculum that much, or we are not talking about it much. So that's why we hold such discussion where teachers have can get some some of the inputs, and they can also reflect back from these kind of discussions. And I hope it was helpful to all of you who have joined us in the live discussion, and also who are viewing us live. So thank you so much once again, and now see you more sessions with us. Thank you everyone. Thank you Murli sir, C Parvati ma'am, Aruna ma'am also.